Ladies, gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, meine Damen und Herren, señores y señoras, here we go with the all-international introduction by Special Andre on tonight's Craft Cup number 32. Good evening, guten Abend, buonasera, konnichiwa, xin chao, ni hao, bonsoir, dobre večer, good afternoon, good kveld, jo estet kivanok, shalom. Grüß Gott, grüezi wohl, and here we go! This is the Craft Cup 32, like I already told you, we are here in quarterfinal number 1. It is Satiini against Nightend, so a very high class, best of 3 quarterfinal it is. We got Satiini here spawning as the yellow Terran player in the top right position. We got Nightend here as the blue Protoss player in the bottom left position. This time is the first time I'm using in an official tournament this GSL style overlay, so I'm not unfortunately I forgot the name of the guy who made it, but he posted it like 3 or 4 days on Team Liquid. I'm really thankful because I am enjoying this overlay really much, and it looks pretty original, awesome, doesn't it? So Nightend against Satiini, casted a couple of Nightend games, casted a couple of Satiini games already, so I had the feeling those two guys will probably made it fine to the tournament, and getting to the quarterfinals already is quite an accomplishment. We see Satiini having one single Marine to take out the probe which was scouting here. He's following up this one Reaper play with another expansion. So one barracks into expand, more and more common for Terran players. Meanwhile, what is Nightend doing? Is he actually going for the one gate into expand? And yes, he is able to get this Nexus up before the Reaper is there. So will he be able to get home with this probe just in time? Yes, he will, but he's got the Stalker, and with the Stalker there, he will be able to repel this Reaper. Even the probe survives, so good anticipation here by Nightend, and Satiini is losing his Reaper, but he's got the very important intel that Nightend is going for the very fast expand himself as well. So, as always, you can join us in the chat, have some discussions going. You can talk about everything you want, except from racism, Nazi stuff, and you cannot insult anybody else. Other than that, you can talk about anything you want. And if you're in the mood, you can even talk about the game. You can even talk about me missing stuff in the game, me not paying attention to the minimap, me forgetting to have the overlay there from time to time. But other than that, yeah, talk about whatever you like. The guys on the chat are a really nice person to talk to. In between the games, I already most of the times also participate in the chat as well, because I just like to talk with the guys and the girls, of course. Ladies in the chat as well. So what is Satiini doing here? The 3 Marines and the single Marauder staying, taking care of those destructible rocks already. There we have a Stalker out by Nightend. He's got one pylon here in the back. Another pylon would be even better to prevent any Blue Flame Hellion attacks from being too freaky here. And Stalker is going back here to the natural expansion. So what is Satiini doing? He's got 5 barracks and a Ghost Academy, so this is actually the 3rd Terran player in a row trying to go for some ghost-oriented play against Nightend. We already saw Nihil trying to do this, we already saw Doom trying to do it, and they both were not successful. So will Satiini may be successful? Of course Satiini is another caliber. He's just a much more experienced, he's much more accomplished, and so Nightend now knows about Satiini moving out. Satiini's got 1 Marauder, he's got 12 Marines, and he's got 4 SCVs, and there are already some force fields. Nightend got 4 Stalkers, 4 Sentries, 1 Zealot. So there's the scan coming up by Satiini. Satiini's got enough energy for exactly 1 EMP. There are double Guardian shields coming up There's a stim on the Marines, some zealots being robbed in the back, but those stim Marines doing so much damage already. What about the bunker? The bunker is halfway finished, but all those Marines, take a look, those are all in the red, in the yellow, so just imagine a couple of warped in stalkers should be able to do quite some damage there. We got an immortal coming out right now. There are 3 more stalkers. Now this nexus is under attack. 2 Marines in the bunker. Most likely will be 4 Marines pretty soon. But now with this immortal, of course, this bunker is going down so fast. Nice EMP on the immortal. The immortal most likely will survive actually. Nice micro here by Nightend, and this bunker will now go down. Now it is time for the ghost to run away, but of course the ghost is not fast enough, so Nightend, after taking some heavy losses, was in the end still able to defend this push. No, he's observer, he's just smoothing, flying around here. What's going on at the natural? What's going on at the main? Meanwhile, Satiini was not only microing his forces at the front, he was able to get up 2 more barracks, a single floating factory right now, and there we see here it is the reactor starport for some more Marine and Medivac and Marauder action. Triple M it is, and Satiini starting with the second command center already. The rocks are still there, but it's only a 200 HP. Most likely those Marauders exactly will take care of those rocks, and then he will pull back. So Nightend now, because of his advantage regarding the tech, he got his first Colossus out. He's got still this injured Immortal here. There is a floating factory, and if Nightend decides not to attack, by the way, stint Marines here in the back of the mineral line. Looks like they came from behind. Special Andrew once again not paying attention there, and Nightend suffering some heavy losses, even though those Marines are all dead. Let's take a look at the production tab, not at the production tab, at the harvester tab, and there we see what is going on. This Marine drop was not even too sneaky for me, but too sneaky for Nightend as well, because he is now 20 harvesters behind. Still, he's got an impressive force here. With his 2 immortals, those stalkers, the sentries, the zealots, and of course the big boss Colossus in the middle. Now warping in 3 more zealots, warping in this additional stalker, checking both a Zelnaga watchtower, and there Satiini is moving down with his command center. But if Nightend will spot this command center in time, he will be able to do quite some damage. Now Nightend warping in 3 more zealots, Satiini pulling his command center back, only sending a couple of Marinas and Marauders out there with the stim. How will Nightend react? And Nightend decides to go for the right side attack, going in with the Guardian Shield, placing 3 force shields, not too effective. Although all the Marines and Marauders are just stimmed, he needs to watch out for this Colossus. Colossus is down to 40 HP. He's still running away with the Colossus. Colossus going down, and he only got those 2 Immortals, which are gone now as well, and Nightend just leaving the game, suffering those heavy losses with the Harvester in the back of his nature was too much. He was forced to go for an attack. This attack was not successful, and Satiini taking game number 1. He was able to get himself a small advantage with his first attack, where Nightend already was forced to use some probes. Then with the second attack with the Marines in the back of the mineral line, he suffered even more losses to his economy in the end, which was forcing him to go for an all or nothing attack. He did attack, he was not successful, and he was just leaving the game without a GG. I would not call it a rage quit, I would just call it leaving the game without saying GG, because in my personal opinion, a rage quit is insulting your opponent or just making a bad joke before leaving the game, or complain about balance or something like this.